Hello, welcome to Solson's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a traditional Bolognese sauce, but with courgetti rather than the traditional spaghetti. It's a low carb version, really tasty as well and full of flavour. So we're going to start by making the Bolognese base. Okay, we've got 400 grams of minced beef, 1 leek, half a carrot, 3 sticks of celery, half an onion, 1 clove of garlic, 1 packet of chopped tomatoes. We're going to use a tablespoon of tomato puree and 200 ml of red wine, and then for the courgetti we're just going to use 2 courgettes. Okay, so I've got a pan on, I've just got a little bit of oil in there. I'm just going to warm that up. Once that's warm, I'm just going to add all the vegetables so everything can go in together. Like so. Give that a little stir. Then I'm going to pop the lid on, and we just want to sweat those down. Just let the natural flavours come out, try and cook them without colour. So we're going to leave the lid on there on a medium temperature for about 5 minutes. Okay, so we'll just take the lid off, have a look. There's lots of steam coming out of there, which is good. Okay, so the veg is cooked without colour. It's really nice and soft, which is what we want. We're going to get all that flavour out of the vegetables. So now we're just going to add the minced beef. Okay, so we're just going to let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes with the lid off. Okay, so once the beef's been cooking for a couple of minutes, we're just going to add the tomato puree. So we're just going to add effectively 1 tablespoon. And we just want to cook that out before we add anything else. Okay, so give that a good stir. Make sure you can sort of really smell that tomato puree so you know it's actually starting to cook out. And at this point we're just going to add the wine. Okay, so we just want the wine to reduce by half. So the wine's reduced by half, so now we're just going to add the chopped tomatoes. We're just going to let them cook out for a further 5 minutes. So all I've done is filled the tomato container up with water. This way you don't waste any of the tomato that might be left in as well. And we're just going to pour 1 of those full of water into there. And then we're just going to bring that back up to the boil. Turn it to a gentle simmer. Pop the lid on, and then we're going to leave that for about 40 minutes. Okay, so we're just going to pop the lid back on there now, and we're just going to leave that on a medium to low heat for 40 minutes. Okay, so that's been cooking for 40 minutes, so we're just going to take the lid off. Give that a good stir. So that's ready to go. We're just going to check the seasoning. Okay, so we're going to add pinch of salt, some fresh ground pepper, and that's ready to go. So the next stage is to make the courgetti. So to do that we're going to use a spiralizer, so we'll go through that with you now. Okay, so to make the courgetti we're just going to use one of these. This is a spiralizer. These are available online. You can pick one up for about £20. They're great for making effectively spaghetti out of vegetables. You can make it with butternut squash, carrots, all sorts of things. Today we're going to use courgette. This is my favourite. It's got a very similar texture to cooked pasta. So you place it on like so, and then literally just use this to guide the courgette through. Run it through, and as you can see, as you run it through, you get this lovely courgetti, which we're going to use instead of the traditional spaghetti. It's a great gluten-free alternative. It's also lower in carbohydrates, so it's a great alternative to your traditional pasta, and it adds another flavour to the dish as well. Okay, so to cook the courgette, we're just going to warm a pan. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil. Let that gently warm. And then in it goes. Like so. A little bit of salt in with that. Best thing when cooking this, and also to serve it, is a pair of tongs. It's not going to take that long. Just fry it like so. Going to cook that for about 2 minutes. And then we're ready to go. Okay, so that's ready to go. The courgette's nice and soft, but it's not too soft. It's still got a little bit of bite to it, so we're just going to serve this up. Nice bed of the courgette. A couple of spoons of the Bolognese sauce. Okay, so there we are, a lovely courgette with a traditional Bolognese sauce.